The last type of Schoology assessment question that I'm going to talk to you about today is this chart option. This is good for math or science teachers. You can hit the add chart and add that question. Now, I've already prepared one in advance to save some time here in this video. So let me open this question up and explain how I set this up. So this question, of course, at the top here, I have a data table that I've entered in here. So I just did that by using this tool right here to add a table, and I filled in the data. So I have different airports and the number of passengers in millions at those airports. And then here you can give your graph titles and set up the values for the axes. So on the y-axis, that's going to start at or go up to 80, I apologize. And I have labels for my x and y axis. And here is the x-axis set up. So I have my different cities and the value. Now notice I filled in the first two values and I unchecked the boxes so those two bars in this bar graph will not be interactive. The other four are the ones that I want the students to set correctly. So they'll look at this table of values and they'll set these bars to the right value. Then down below, you put in what the correct answer looks like. And you can set up a correct response threshold. So I set that at 2 units. And basically that is how close do they need to be to the right answer. So if the answer is 70, well, let's look at one of these other ones. If the answer is 55 for Dallas, so I put this as close as I could to 55. So essentially if they have 54 or 53 or 56 or 57, because I allowed 2 units of error. So you can decide if you want to make that more or less. And then under additional setup options, I chose a bar chart. You can see the other types of charts are line charts, histograms, dot plots, and line plots. And I'm not going to show you each and every single one of those, but they all have kind of similar setup and you can experiment with them. And here you can snap to a unit. So I have it snapping to the ones unit. You could snap to 5s or 10s or whatever is appropriate for your data. Here's an extra for if you're doing histogram setting. So whether you want to display all the grid lines or not. Mine's not a histogram, it's a bar graph, so we'll leave that alone. And then here are controls that you can give students. So you can add new point. It depends on the type of graph. If you're doing a line plot, you might need to allow them to add new points, etc. So so you already actually did this question when you did the sample test, but we'll just preview it here to show you what that looks like. And if I jump to that question, which was the last one, you can see it has 2 bars already there, and then I need to put in the rest. So for Los Angeles, I drag this up until I get to 62. So again, it gives you, I have that 2 points of error. So if they get close, you can't be too precise there, but that should mark that right, and etc. So London is 61, and I can just drag these up. And that is a way that they can create a bar graph using data that you give them.